Hey, man, that's a hell of a team win right there, fellas. Great job. Hey, listen, understand how you got there, though. Great discipline, taking care of the football, taking the football away, good complementary football. O-line, D-line, man, taking care of the run game. Great job.
Hey, highest of highs, lowest of lows, man. We stay right here, right? Win on three, 1, 2, 3.
Finding a way every week. How about the Buffalo Bills? No overthinking, right? Go play some ball. Go play some football.
It's an exciting time to be a Buffalo Bill and a fan of the Buffalo Bills.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the Sean McDermott Show. We're presented by Kaleida Health. And once again, Sean, thanks for spending some time with us. I know you're busy at this time of year. Must have been particularly busy leading up to the Raiders game. What did you notice that was going to be different about your team and that outcome?
Well, I think their mindset was spot on. I mean, they went into that game with a certain desire and will, and they weren't going to be denied.
You said it last week. Josh does bounce back after stinkers that he puts up, and he was 31 of 37, 274, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Started the game with 13 straight completions. I mean, it goes on and on. Why is it that he bounces back so well?
Well, I think when you go through the week that he had, due to the Monday night performance, he was very humble in his approach, and he was coming from a good spot. And I think that's now the important thing to carry forward every week.
Yeah, one of the things that even casual fans will notice, you can't talk about Josh without wondering about Ken Dorsey and the effect he has on him, because he's the guy that's kind of talking to Josh during the game, calling the plays. 5 different guys scored touchdowns, scored a TD just before halftime that really gave you a nice one of the nails in the coffin. Then you come out right after halftime, and he put together a 15-play, 9-minute drive to set up the third quarter touchdown. What was the biggest change about your offense from week 1 to week 2?
Well, I think moderation, right? When I say that, I mean everything in moderation of under center, shotgun, drop back, play action, some RPO. It was just a nice distribution, if you will, of different styles of offense. None of it, where we were getting out over our skis, but just everything in moderation, and it was well executed, starting with the offensive line at the line of scrimmage.
One of the guys we didn't talk about week 1 was Gabe Davis. Had a nice game, 6 catches, 92 yards, a touchdown. Seemed to be a nice outlet for Josh as well. He caught a huge 4th down TD that really looked like a tough big boy catch. What was the key to getting him going?
Well, again, I mean, the ball finds you when you're in the right spot, and when you outwork people. And that play that you referenced, the touchdown, was a big play for us there, and really widened the gap. And he really, Gabe did, outworked the defender there on the scramble situation.
Yeah, so also the running back room, James Cook, Latavius Murray, Damian Harris, they got 183 total yards. James with 17 for 123, Harris 33 and a touchdown, Murray 22 and a touchdown. Talk a little bit about your running back room and how to maximize those guys.
Right. Well, when you've got 3 guys that are kind of at different stages of their careers, Latavius Murray has been a great addition from a leadership standpoint, maybe a little bit of a mentor to those other 2 in some way, shape, or form. And then the young guy, James Cook, goes out there and puts 100 plus on the board, and Damian comes in some situational football for us and really pounds it. So it was great to see all 3 of those guys produce and be productive and get something out of the win.
Another nice game from Matt Milano. I mean, the interception he made is world class. I've never seen one like it. Terrell Bernard also had a timely interception off the deflection. But Milano seems to have something about him. Can you explain what that is? I mean, he's been a starter since almost day 1 of his career. And yet, the last year and a half or 2 years, he's elevated.
He has. He's becoming a good during the week player in terms of his practice. He's always been a good player, but now he's becoming a great game day player. He's gone from really kind of an average practice player to a good player on game day, and now he's a good practice player becoming a great player on Sundays. And I think that's really the maturation and evolution of how you become a great player, and it's a credit to him and his work ethic.
Yeah, the defense also forced 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, a fumble. Offense didn't turn the football over as a head coach. I know you guys talk about that stuff all the time. And it still seems to be a roller coaster. One week you're -3, and the next week you're +3. That's really the most unpredictable stat there is, really.
That's why I go to church.
Okay. Right.
To develop some consistency with that.
Right.
We need that. No, it was really this week we played. Josh played very disciplined, and you've got to be able to do that week to week. And if we do that, we're going to put a good product out there on the field. He's so special in what he can do. And listen, I've never been that talented before, so it wasn't an issue for me, right? But
Right.
when you're that talented, sometimes you got to rein it in, and make sure that you're checking yourself. And he did a great job of that this week.
Right. Yeah, I can relate to that too. Yeah. Thanks, Coach. We're going to come back and catch up with you later in the show, get your final thoughts on facing the Commanders in Washington.
The Game Plan is presented by Energy Mark. Trust Energy Mark for renewable energy supply.
When we come back, Eric Wood and I break down the tape from the win over the Raiders. Plus, stay tuned for Micah Hyde Mic'd Up from the home opener.
Chopping Wood is presented by St. Bonaventure University, an official education partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show, and it's time now to look back at the tape with our good buddy Eric Wood. Great bounce-back win for the Bills, led by Josh Allen. What'd you see from number 17 on Sunday?
Yeah, coming off of a game where he needed a bounce back, we saw real maturity from Josh Allen. He did a great job of taking what the defense gave him. He completed his first 13 passes of the game and really kept it rolling from there. He spread the ball around great. 9 different players caught passes for the Bills, and I thought Ken Dorsey did a great job of scripting a really nice game plan against the Raiders.
Well, let's start on the 19-yard completion to Gabe Davis. That came on the Bills' second touchdown drive. What did you see on this play?
We're going to have a flat curl concept with Kincaid going to the flat and Davis running kind of a hook, a comeback right inside the numbers. And Josh sees this develop, sees the defender head out for the flat for Kincaid, and so he knows he's got the completion. Also, great usage of the snap count here. The Bills had a free play here because of the false start by the Raiders defensive line.
Yeah, and that set up the touchdown to Dawson Knox. What did you see on this TD?
The Bills have an extra offensive lineman here. They put Dawson Knox in motion from inside out, outside the formation, comes down, and he blocks on the play first. And so Josh Allen does a bootleg. Generally, you do a bootleg to your right. They do it to the left. This is a tendency breaker for the Bills and most NFL offenses with right-handed quarterbacks. And so Dawson, he blocks on the play, and then the defenders are thinking run. So when he goes out on the route, they're a step behind, and Josh gets the easy completion for the touchdown.
All right, then just before the half, Josh put a touchdown drive together, and it started with a critical third down conversion to Diggs. This one went for 17 yards on 3rd and 8.
Diggs does a great job on his release here. There's a lot of guys in the area. He's garnering a lot of attention, but Josh Allen trusts his number one receiver to get open versus man-to-man coverage. And Josh Allen times this throw perfectly as Diggs coming out of the break. And there's not a whole lot the defensive back can do here in trail coverage there.
Yeah, and that drive was finished off by a huge touchdown to Khalil Shakir from the 11-yard line. And man, oh man, I don't know if Josh will ever get the credit for this throw that he deserves.
You're right, and he shows off his elite arm strength, kind of squatting down at the time that he throws it. Just a flick of the wrist, sidearm to navigate the throw, puts the ball only where Shakir can get it. It allows him to avoid contact, and you're right. Josh has done this so often throughout his career that we almost just take it for granted at this point, but this is a special play by the 6-year quarterback.
Then, just after the half, Coach decided to keep the offense on the field, and it paid off here. Josh found Gabe Davis for a 2-yard score.
Yeah, the Bills were stopped on 4th and 1 earlier in the game, and they throw it again here, down in the tight red zone. Josh rolls out to his right. As soon as he sees Max Crosby just show a little bit inside, he knows he can get the edge. And so they run a flood concept out there, and Gabe Davis is originally covered. There's nowhere to go with the football. He does a great job of staying alive. Gabe Davis, 6'2", long wingspan. So Josh puts it high. Gabe Davis comes down with the catch, does a great job of maintaining the catch through contact and gets the touchdown.
Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Steve.
When we return, Micah Hyde is mic'd up for the win over the Raiders. Then later on, we crunch some numbers in Sportsology.
Mic'd Up is presented by Geico.
Hey, the energy about to be crazy. Woo! great day to be a Buffalo Bill. Come on, Ray. Come on, DJ. Let's get it, boys. Hey, everybody here gotta believe. Hey, leave no doubt all day today. Leave no doubt. Ain't worried about no mistakes. Ain't nothing. Everybody get into the football and make plays and punch at that. Let's get it. Playmakers on 3, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you gotta talk to her. Sometimes you gotta talk to her. And she finds her way to you. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, baby. You smell good today. Come find me today. Come find me. I'll be good. I've been working hard. Promise I've been laying with you, been sleeping with you. Come on, baby. Hey, talking, communicating out there. Making plays. That's what you do. Come on, Ray. Come on, Shaq. Hey, I'm talking to you every play out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're talking every play out there. Hey. Hey, come on, bring the deuce, man. Come on. Hey, boy, gotta respond. We got it. Take away right here. Take away on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Handoff fake. Gets the ball off, and it's intercepted. Tipped by Greg Rousseau. Intercepted by Terrell Bernard.
TV. Yeah, TV. TV. Hey, hold on to that. Hold on to that. Hey, welcome to the league, baby. Welcome to the league. Big boys. Big boys. Big boys. How y'all boys feeling? It's slowing down out there? It's slowing down? Hey, now talk through every call. Just talk through it. Yo! Come on! Come on! Oh. Damn, Trey. Number 1.
Do you need food or anything, or you like?
I'll probably get some while I'm in there.
Want some shoes?
I'll probably get peanut butter and jelly and oranges, or oranges. J. Paul, got to touch that? Oh, no good. Oh, sorry, can't cuss. I'm mic'd up. Oh, she smells so good. The pigskin. Oh. That's a big. Hey, I don't want to hear about how great the Bills are. I don't care about y'all boys. Y'all boys are nice. None of that. All right? Y'all stuck a fork in us on week 1. Stuck a fork in us. Put it on mic'd up. I love you, man. Good baby. Good baby. Good Jamie. Hey, hell of a play. What a stay in bounds on that too.
Another delayed handoff to Zamir White. Tries to get the corner. Upended, and it's a fumble. And the Bills say they have it. Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, DJ. Yeah, DJ.
Good job.
Good, man. Good. Our boys just controlled the game, bro. We had 3 plays in the 3rd quarter. I love it, bro. Y'all, listen. Y'all boys ain't gotta control it that much. I kind of want to play a little bit more. TV got his first one.
My first pick.
Hey, congrats, man. First of many, bro. I'm happy for you, man.
You didn't tell him about your mic up?
I told the whole defense.
You didn't tell me?
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. I didn't make an announcement. He hears me now. Hey, Josh, come here. Josh, come here. Let me talk to you.
Do a sideline interview?
I love you.
I love you more.
Hey, 38-10 win by the Bills, home opener, man. Glad to be back in front of the fans. Amazing, it was electric. I'm sorry for cussing, but it was. And we're signing off, man. Go Bills, baby.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, we break down the next-gen stats in Sportsology. And later on, Coach previews the Week 3 matchup at Washington.
Sportsology is presented by ECMC. ECMC, bringing hope and healing to Western New York.
The offense was fire in their 28-point win against the Raiders on Sunday. So let's check out 3 stats that show just how dominant Josh Allen and his guys were. First and foremost, 17 showed extreme patience by taking what the Raiders defense gave him. His 4.9 air yards per attempt were the third lowest of any game in his career, despite the fact that he threw the ball 37 times. Allen shredded the Raiders defense on throws under 10 yards, completing 26 of 28 while racking up 169 yards and 3 touchdowns. Second, Gabe Davis played a huge part in Allen's success. In fact, Allen had a perfect passer rating of 158.3 when targeting Davis, who pulled in 6 catches for 92 yards and had a super clutch touchdown on 4th down. Last but not least, James Cook and the rushing attack forced the Raiders to respect the ground game. Cook was cooking, registering a career-high plus 44 rushing yards over expected, outrunning not only the Raiders' defense but also next-gen stats' expectations, while snagging career highs in carries and total yards. Watching the offense share the wealth on Sunday was a blast, and I know we're all excited to watch it continue.
When we come back, Chris Brown and Maddy Glab break down the matchup against the Commanders in Washington. Plus, Coach talks about what it will take to get the win on Sunday.
Game Preview is presented by Independent Health. You deserve the red shirt treatment.
Welcome into this week's game preview. The Bills taking on the undefeated Washington Commanders. Maddy Glab alongside Bills Insider to get into a few things you need to keep your eye on this weekend. So we already know the Commanders have an incredible defensive line. They lead the NFL in sacks and quarterback hits, but I want to talk about the offense here. They've got a quarterback in Sam Howell, who a lot of people don't know a lot about yet. He's a newer quarterback in the game. They are averaging 27.5 points per game. Their victories have been by a small margin, though. So how is this 5th rounder from North Carolina doing it for the Commanders in the first 2 weeks?
Sneaky good. I think his arm talent is borderline elite. He's got a really strong arm. It's not Josh Allen neighborhood, but it's not far off. And because of that, I think he's somewhat underestimated by opposing defenses that have not seen him. And look, the guy's only 6'2". If this guy was a 6'5" quarterback, he would have been a 2nd-round pick, maybe even a 1st-round pick. He's got talent to play in this league. And I've been impressed with the way he's able to drive the ball down the field with accuracy and touch. And he's got high draft choices to throw to. Terry McLaurin, 3rd-round pick. Jahan Dotson, 1st-round pick. Curtis Samuel, 2nd-round pick. He's got high-end receiver talent, and he's utilizing it effectively through the first 2 weeks.
Speaking of those high-end draft talents that they have on offense, with a little bit of a run game that they've gotten going a little bit, what do the Buffalo Bills need to do on defense to be able to stop those weapons?
Yeah, I mean, I actually like the matchup for the Bills defense because they like lining up in nickel, and they will be able to do that virtually the entire game unless that run game for the Commanders gets out of the back door and suddenly is extraordinarily productive, and then maybe they have to adjust. Brian Robinson can be a hammer in the run game, don't get me wrong, but I think Buffalo, with their coverage talent, can kind of keep it under wraps, play top down, and force them to stage 11, 12 play drives to score points.
All right, we'll see if Buffalo's up to the test. The Commanders 2-0. We'll see if Buffalo can give them their first loss.
Coach, going back on the road to Washington, face your old friend Ron Rivera. They're coming off a 2-0 start, a dramatic win last week over the Broncos, defending a 2-point conversion with no time left. How do you keep your team building off your momentum, knowing it never gets easier?
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the NFL. It's a week-to-week league, and you'll see one team have a great performance one week and the next week not so good. So we can't ride that roller coaster. We've got to make sure we start in a very humble spot and in a disciplined approach all the while. So it's important that we go down there, we play well on the road, and they're, as you said, off to a good start, 2-0, and they've won at home. They've also won on the road where they came from behind. So we've just got to take it one play at a time.
The Washington defense, they had 7 sacks against Russell Wilson in Denver, forced a couple of turnovers. They got a bunch of Montez Sweat, Chase Young to start off. How do you neutralize another front four that seems to be full of horses?
Yeah, they've got a number of high picks on that defensive line, and so they just keep coming with different guys, and they're strong at the point, but they're also fast and quick, and it's going to be a heck of a challenge for us. As you said, those stats are a little bit intimidating.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us. Good luck this week against the Commanders. And for all of you watching at home, thanks for joining us here on the Sean McDermott Show, presented by Kaleida Health. We'll see you next week, and as always, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 716-684-COMP today. By Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. And by Independent Health. You deserve the red shirt treatment.